Hey there, my name is Pravus, welcome back to more Europa Universalis 4 with the Domination DLC, but we are going for the AEIOU achievement as Austria, and I'd say we have had a very good start to the campaign so far. We've already managed to pick up Bohemia, Glasgow, Opole, Hungary, and Croatia in personal unions and or vassals of my personal unions, plus we've grabbed a couple of gold mines, which long-term should result in me getting a pretty hefty amount of extra income. Right now, we are fighting against Venice before they had a chance at joining any coalition, the goal being to force them to release some nations and take a few key trade provinces for myself, and just make them nice and weak for the future, which should not be too hard for us to win overall. I mean, they've got a entire trade league, but once you factor in all my guys, I'm too strong. I'm not really worried about the coalition, because I have Castile as an ally, and that should ultimately shift things enough in my favor. I don't think we're in danger of all of our small guys attacking us. The only thing that could possibly worry me is Poland joining against us and possibly tipping the scales against us even further. But again, with Castile to counter that, we should be okay. So the most important thing to do right now is win this war. We could also go ahead and pick up another mission here, the balance of power, improving relations, and getting more relations themselves. I'll do that because it's going to save me some of my diplomatic power since we are kind of over our relations anyway. So fixing some of this will end up being useful. And also, actually, I've got way too many dang partners. This is going to hurt a lot. But also, the extra improved relations should help me try to stabilize my personal unions and also try to make sure this coalition dies down a little bit faster. So that's going to be fine. Let's go ahead and send some troops over here to Spalato, Zara, Istria, and then we'll hold off the Venetians around Treviso while we just kind of siege them down and make this a nice, casual little war. Yeah, so Lüneburg and Hesse have joined into some coalitions. That's fine. Let's try to improve relations with as many other outraged people as we reasonably can. Okay, Poland is now very angry with me. They've rivaled me. Ah, right, okay. Well, they are likely to join the coalition now. That's unfortunate, but not a huge deal. Inherit Croatia to Hungary. There we go. So that takes care of the Croatia issue, and that actually saves me one of my relationship slots. So, you know, it's convenient, actually. I'm good with that. Are there any structures we should build that would help us right now? We have not even gotten the first round of tech. We're only 5 years into the game. I haven't gotten any technology so far whatsoever. Hello. Burgundy is declaring war on Flanders for a restoration of the Union. Okay. I mean, as long as they win that without too much issue. I'm surprised that Flanders broke away. But as long as they're able to get that, that'll be helpful for a Burgundian inheritance anyway, later on, so I'm not feeling too concerned about it. Honestly, we are completely fine. I really don't feel like I have anything to worry about right now, except for Venice running around with all these buddies. Savoy is going to be annoying. No way around that. Let's go ahead and make sure that we can grab the war goal real quick. Hungary is hopefully going to be helpful. Their liberty desire should be nice and low at this point, yeah. So we're good with them. Let's just get them into positive relations. But they should be in a position to support mostly. I think the same thing could be said here with Bohemia. Let them just sort of stick around with us for a little bit. Don't go off and do anything stupid, okay? Just sort of hang out with me. Go and win these sieges and stuff will be good. War has come to Italy. Yes, that is my fault. Sorry. Yeah, there's the coalition with Poland. Okay, now that's the one that worries me. So that means that a lot of other people are going to feel like they want to join this coalition. Because remember, the way that the AI perceives this is they're looking at the balance of power, and the more people stack up against me, the more people are going to be willing to continue the dog pile, right? So that's one of the reasons having a large military and big allies is important, because they may join the coalition, but it doesn't encourage things to get out of control so long as they see that balance is not necessarily in their favor. The sooner I end this war with Venice, actually, the better, because if you're at war, that factors into their calculations as well. But I really did not want to risk... we get some mercenary companies. I really did not want to risk Venice joining the coalition plus Poland. That might have been scary on my border. So we don't like that. Let's go ahead and stack up whatever troops I can over here. I'm going to let Bohemia try to take on this siege. If I can start smashing down, let's say, Montferrat, Geneva, and Savoy over here, just to reduce some of their strength, honestly, that'd be fantastic. That's what I want to do. There we go. Big stack wipe against those guys. Beautimus. And we get up over here and try to do the same thing against Venice in defensive territory. Royal marriage offer with Castile? Absolutely, I'm happy to do that. Maybe put a von Habsburg on your throne, eh? That could be fun. Numbers heavily in my favor. Venice has to retreat. Excellent. Okay, anywhere else I have to worry about? Not at the moment. Good. All right, so let's go ahead and try to get some other sieges down in, let's say, Brescia down over this direction. And yeah, honestly, this should be a pretty easy war for me. I just have to get some dang war score. Now, I do actually want to get my relations with Bohemia above 100 so I can usurp the electorate. It would be very useful to do that. Reason being, all the other electors don't really like it when you vassalize other electors. It kind of makes them feel a bit nervous. So if there is no elector and Bohemia just gives their seat over to me, well, then I'm not going to have that malice with all these other people, and that just makes them feel a little bit more comfortable. So that is something that I want to do. I also really want to call for Reichsreform and stuff too, so I don't know, it's kind of questionable what's most important right now. Let's just go siege on all these other Venetian provinces and stuff. We're kind of keeping them stuck over here in Venice proper as long as they don't want to cross the river, so we're fine there. And let's go ahead and repay whatever loans we can against the burghers. And the Renaissance has fired. Okay, question. Where did the Renaissance fire? It fired in Bologna. Okay, perfect. Well, I mean, that's about where we expect it to be. And there's Flanders, by the way, in a personal union with Burgundy once again. Perfect. So yeah, cool. These guys have the Renaissance. Should spread to us reasonably quickly. How are things looking over here, by the way, with Burgundy? Still no legal heir. That makes sense. That's typical. It's actually hard-coded into the game that if Charles does ascend to the throne, there's a greatly reduced chance of getting a natural heir. Not impossible, but greatly reduced. And Neapolitan. Naples has become independent. They are not going to be falling under a personal union with Castile. That's unfortunate, and by Castile, I mean with Aragon, but like I'm assuming at some point Castile's probably going to get the personal union over Aragon. Castile usually ends up getting both. But in this case, no, an independent Naples. Okay, well, that reduces the value of an eventual personal union with Castile, but it doesn't negate it. Whoa, okay, Venice somehow just got an absolute ton of extra troops. They just broke through Treviso. That is unfortunate, but okay. Let's try to get some money and stuff and start knocking some other people out of this war. Never mind, these are a vassal. If we could get a fort with Savoy down, I'd love to piece these guys out. That'd be great. Actually, they're willing. Okay, hang on. Let's pull back. The more Venice is isolated right now, the better for me. Absolutely. Let's just try to get Savoy out of this. Yeah, give me some money and give me that trade power and stuff. Blah, blah, blah. War reps, I'm going to say. Boom. Okay, so they're out of this. That leaves Venice, Naxos, and the Knights. Okay, so that's good. This at least is now looking a little bit easier, and I can focus my allies to go do this so I don't have to take these hard fights. Because I'm losing manpower and I'm losing money from reinforcements, and I don't like having to do that. Also, a free claim on Istria comes at a hilariously good time. Okay, sure, why not? We're already at war. Once again, Sweden is asking for support of independence. Nope, not going to do that. We can finally invest in some tech, and I would absolutely love to have a marketplace. Need to start using some money to start building up my economy, because admittedly, we're very behind where I'd like to be. Burgundy is supporting the independence of Sweden, by the way. That's interesting. They could get pulled into a rather nasty war against Denmark in the future. East Frisia offers to join the Empire. Absolutely. There's no good reason not to accept that. We just stack-wiped the Venetians. Well, that was amazingly good. Okay, and honestly, they're about as full occupied as I need them to be. So let's see what I can take from them. So I'm going to take these. Could take this as well, just to get some more trade power downstream. What does my coalition do? Actually, the coalition's not even that bad anymore. Poland's the big threat, but that's about it. We could then force them to return stuff to either Milan or, let's say, give something back to the Pope. That would make the Pope like us. We can make them release some of my neighbors. And the thing is, the question is, what do I want to do about Istria? Do I want to take that for myself or no? Because if I take that for myself, I get some trade power in Venice. If I don't take it, we can create another one province minor I can add to the HRE later, and that's probably good. I don't know about Dalmatia. I feel mixed on this one, to be honest. I kind of want to take it. But I could see that not being the right play. I could see releasing every process. Because the thing is, once I form the HRE, I'm going to get it anyway. It's a question of short-term versus long-term demand, right? All right. Yeah, I think we do this, and then I'm going to take money. I can't get money? Oh, wow. I can't get any cash out of you. That's a disappointment. I would have loved to have a lot of cash. We have no diplomats. Well, we can fix that real quick. Let's go ahead and get a diplomat back, and let's just end this war. No reason to sit on this. There we go. Got all that. Perfect. We do not need to be proclaiming any independence guarantees on Aquileia and on Istria over here. So rather than use up even more of my relationship slots, which actually it's not. Okay, it will eventually, I think when the truce expires. We'll need to make sure we pull back those guarantees. Any other alliances we want to end? Yes. Trier, I no longer think is that valuable. I'm going to dissolve my alliance with them. And then Cologne. Saxony will end once we lose the royal marriage. But I need to maintain somebody like Cologne. And we've got currently 6 people voting for me, but this is all looking pretty good. Trier's about to be very upset. And even if we lose Saxony, as long as I maintain these, we'll be okay. Alright, so I just need to usurp that dang electorate seat, which I can actually do now. Yeah, I'll lose the 5 Imperial authority, but I'm not risking sending Bohemia into the negative. That takes care of that nonsense. And I'm now voting, cast vote, for myself. Where am I in this list? Hello? There I am. Alright, so I'm voting for myself, and I no longer have to worry about these guys being upset because I took over an elector. Excellent. So what do I do with all these troops now? Great question. I think we sort of sit back and wait for my aggressive expansion to tick down just a little bit. I don't think we need to go too crazy over here. Let's take a look at our rival situation. So now we can rival Poland back. Their army's a lot smaller than mine. That's enticing. Sure, we'll go ahead and rival them. I do need to look at fighting them at some point. Let's take a look at, let's see, control Bohemia. We got claims. Hold on. We are now, I think, waiting for Bohemia to integrate Glasgow into Pole. If they do that, which they will eventually, we'll get claims on a lot of Poland, so that'll be helpful. And then we can go for the whole recover Silesia thing. So there's nothing to do with that right now. I think we're just sort of sitting back and waiting a little bit. Oh, also, why does secure Croatia? Okay, we can't secure Croatia because first I have to worry about Bosnia and Serbia. Question, do you have claims on them? You have a claim on Bosnia. Also Wallachia, who is allied to Herzegovina. Okay, so if we're going to go for like a one-faith attempt, what we should be doing is looking for opportunities to take some of these nations like Wallachia, like Herzegovina, and force them to become Catholic, so that they're no longer Orthodox. Same thing can be true with things like Serbia, Bosnia, etc. And then, eventually, we will be able to try to force them to join the Empire. I do very much like the idea of trying to... Okay, we do not want to co-belligerize Sealy. I do like the idea of trying to take out Bosnia and Serbia. Go ahead and weaken them down now, maybe snake down here, prevent the Ottomans from taking a lot of this stuff, especially Kosovo. And then we can finish up a mission down here with the secure Croatia, because we're only one province away anyway. And that's going to give me permanent claims on northern and southern Transylvania, as well as the rest of Serbia and Venetia, which means eating them later on will be even easier. So I could see that being a good idea. And honestly, what's the point of having an awesome military if I'm not going to do anything with it? Am I right? Right. So yeah, let's say that this is the conquest goal. We're going to go ahead and co-belligerize Serbia. Moldavia, I don't really feel that worried about, and off we go. Wow, 80% chance that we just gain straight out 100 military power, or a 20% chance we gain a permanent pip on our leader. I actually prefer the 100 military power in this case. We did get that, beautiful. All right, that means we should probably go through here, and we're just shy of being able to invest in the tech. All right, that's fine, we'll wait a couple of months. There we go, all right, now we get that next level of tech. It's usually a very important tech, and honestly, it's rare that I don't rush that, but the Diplo Focus has proven to be very useful so far. Notice how rapidly we've been burning through all this Diplo power, all right? We go through a lot of it as Austria. Okay, that takes care of most of the sieges along here. So in Serbia, I want to take these. We could take more and try to deny the Ottomans any territory here, which is tempting. I could also try to force their religion and just make them Catholic now. I could also take a little bit more land. It's going to cost me a fair bit more admin power than I would like to spend. But we could do all this. Take a little bit of cash. Yeah, sure, we'll do this. Deny the Ottomans some of this land and stuff. There's one province they could take along here, but, like, I don't think they're going to bother with it too much. And then we don't care much about Moldavia. Let's go over to Bosnia. Actually, let's hand this stuff off to Hungary. See what we can realistically hand off to them, which is a reasonable amount, actually. And I could actually give even more, now that I think about it. Give them even more territory, leave them with one... They're already Catholic, right? Yeah, we can't even convert them. We don't need to, so that's fine. We can do this, but I'll leave them as one province minor, because what that means is later on, I can add them back into the empire, and that's, as long as they're a one province minor, every tag in the empire gets me imperial authority. We don't care if they have a lot of land. So this is fine. And then we'll go ahead and just take whatever money I can, and that's good enough. How's the coalition? Getting there, but still reasonable. Boom, take care of that. Okay. So that ends that war. And we have a few people who are going to be outraged and stuff. Understood. Got some territory to take care of there. Let's instead go and secure Croatia. That gets me a bunch of claims in a bunch of areas over here. But I already control almost all of it anyway, so now we can conquer Transylvania, which gets me claims on Wallachia and Silistria. There we go. All right, so now I have claims in this entire area. And actually, you know, fighting against, like, the Ottomans to release Bulgaria at some point would be a good idea, because Bulgaria is actually a pretty good nation. Now the question is, do we want to go ahead and attack Wallachia and Herzegovina? We could at least try to force them to become Catholic and stuff like that. Is there any territory here that would be useful? They don't have any major trade provinces. Ragusa is actually the one that I probably want to kill. They're in a coalition against me, and they're guaranteed by the Ottomans. They're allied to the Pope. I'm not going to mess with that. We do have a claim against them, but yeah, not worth that. Not even a little bit. Honestly, my gut is telling me we should just chill out. But I also know if we don't take things like Wallachia, the Ottomans are going to eat them. That will happen. So the more we can deny them things like this, probably the better. Yeah, I don't know. I think for the moment we just chill out. Well, I hate chilling out, though. Chilling out's not fun. And we're in a bizarre position where I can afford to just continue taking the attack, and it's not gonna hurt me or anything. Unless I want to... yeah? Alright, you know what? I've convinced myself. Let's just go kill him. Why not? And in the meantime, let's just worry about trying to get a few of these countries out of these coalitions. Florence and Genoa are some new ones. A bunch of people up over here. The goal ultimately is to get them to 50 improved relations and less than 50 aggressive expansion. If you can do that, it's pretty much inevitable that they will leave the coalition against you. It just, you know, takes a lot of time and a lot of improved relations. That's fine, though. Champion of the Joust. Ooh. I do like this event. Having a really good general is amazing. It's a 3-2-4-2. Could have been a lot better, but you know what? I'm never unhappy about a siege pip general. Herzegovina, what do I want to take from you? Anything important? I mean, we could take a single province, I guess, which is not going to be worth a lot to the coalition, so that's reasonable. And then force religion on you, and then take money, and yeah, that's probably about as good as we can hope for. Okay, some people are starting to leave military coalitions against us. That's a good sign. Because now that we lost, like, Brunswick and stuff like that, the less people are in it, again, that balance of power changes, so more and more people will be inclined to leave. So we're making some solid progress here. Just need to keep pushing on a few other folks. Lüneburg comes to mind, Stettin. Not a thing we can do against Poland, but if there's no one else in the coalition, like, what's Poland gonna do? They're not gonna care. Okay, let's plan on ending the war here against Wallachia. Do I want to take this for myself or just hand it all to Hungary? I don't feel like taking this all for myself, if I'm completely honest with you, because I don't feel like paying the coring cost. So I'm just going to hand all this stuff off to Hungary, and we'll be able to start converting their provinces and stuff for them later. Let's start with this. Doop, 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 doop. We can take all of it, and the coalition definitely reforms, but it's... I've seen worse, is what I'm saying. I've seen worse. Let's just go ahead and do it. Not my problem. Perfect. Done. Thank you. And then the next thing I want to do, since we're currently sitting at 40 Imperial Authority, now would be a good time to abdicate the throne. I know that sounds weird, but I've got 4 people voting for me, and if we double check my subjects, both of them are in the positive relations, which means I'm not going to lose the personal union, but I have to be 60 years old or have a ruler ruled for 20 years. Darn it, I'm not able to do this yet. I keep forgetting it's only been 10 years we've been playing the game. All right, fine. I want to do this because what it would do is as long as you get re-elected the emperor, you get 10 more imperial authority. That would kick me to the 50 I need to enact the next reform. But alas and alack, that's not an option right now. Fine, fair enough. The big issue we've got right now is that 17 provinces in total are in the empire, but under the control of non-member states. So take a look at the HRE right now. That would include such things, I think, as the stuff held by Burgundy, and also Brabant and stuff like that. So if we get the Burgundian inheritance, that'd be great, which, by the way, you do have an heir. I feel like that means we may have just lost the Burgundian inheritance. It's something to do with, you can have an heir, but it has to be like a really low claim strength heir, like 0% or something, and this guy has 14.42. It might be that the chance of the Burgundian inheritance just was lost. Maybe. Not sure. Also, Holland broke free and is allied to Burgundy. That's weird. Oh, and Sweden has declared war on Denmark. Finally, that kicked off. All right. Well, have fun with that one, guys. Have fun storming the castle. I'm sure it's going to go great for you. That actually might. Who's helping them? Muscovy, Burgundy, and the Teutonic Order versus Denmark with Bremen, East Frisia, and Lübeck. Actually, yeah, I think Sweden's gonna do just fine. France declares war on Provence. Okay. Yeah, it makes sense. Provence is currently having a lot of issues. Lots of rebellions and stuff going across all their nation. Oh, lordy. Anything we can do to try and boost up Imperial authority? Because right now it's not looking great. It was going up by 0.28. Now it's going up by 0.16. I think that's because there's, like, conflict within the Empire. Oh, well, it's fine. We're obviously going to be winning the next election. Seems like everyone is now seeing the light, and there's no problems there. And I guess something I will do is go ahead and start developing up this province here, try to get the gold to go up. We'll need to turn this into a state at some point. But I wanted to get a little bit more gold. We also, actually, now that I think about it, need to get up toward 30 development to my capital. Which, yeah, we could do that. Actually, now that I think about it, I definitely should have passed an edict here in Slovakia first. All right, we should not have done some of that. That was a waste of some power. But let's go ahead and get the local development cost reduction in our capital and see if we can get ourselves at least a little bit of extra value. Up to 22 developments, not amazing, but it's something. Trent is entering coalitions. A lot of people are re-entering coalitions that already had left. That's just downright disturbing to me. Oh no, Burgundy, you're at war with France, no! Oh, wait. Wait. They inherit, hold on, that was a Burgundian inheritance, hold on. Oh! Oh! I just formed that personal union! Hold on, am I at war with France? Because that's important to know. No, I'm not! Yes! Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, just like that, I am now the owner of Burgundy, which is awesome. There's now an ongoing Imperial incident, of which there are several. We can keep our union with Burgundy, which could lead to a war with France, and we would get some additional Imperial authority. We could make some concessions to France, or we could just say integrate them into the Empire, and make them all released as individual princes, which is not a terrible plan, in the sense that you could create a lot of individual nations like Flanders and stuff, and that gets you more Imperial authority. However, we would lose 7, so it would take a long time for this to pay for itself. Also, I kind of want to keep the Union. Does this mean I could go to war with France? Yes. Do I think France is going to follow through? No. So I want to vote on this one, and we will gain some Imperial authority out of the arrangement, which will just about push me up to the call for Reichsreform that I'm looking for. Dude, the only thing that could have gone better there is we didn't get Holland for free. That's it. We can also almost see some more land. Let's go ahead and summon the die, get these guys up to 48%. Vienna needs base tax. I'm probably going to do that at some point anyway. Gain a subjugation, cast a spell on Ragusa. I really don't see the value of getting more subjects right now. And then Crane a marketplace. Where's Crane? Crane would not really make a lot of sense for a marketplace. It's not an important province. Let's go for the proposal of the clergy. England has rivaled me. Aw, really? Come on, England, we could have been buds! You'll even accept a royal marriage temporarily. Alright, that's too bad. Would have been cool, though. By the way, the Lancasters are going to become the Tudors here, too. Interesting. Yeah, one thing that's interesting about England in particular is you really have to hope they don't go Protestant or Anglican if you're going for a one faith. Because you really, really do not want to have a situation where non-Catholics are colonizing the New World. If that starts to happen, going for a one faith becomes a heck of a lot harder. It's not impossible, it's just really annoying and nasty. Where do I stand on the Great Powers thing? Oh, I'm already up to number 2, by the way. Okay. So, the game thinks that we have better development and everything else than the Ottomans. That's before I've even embraced the Renaissance. So, Ming is the only great power who is stronger than I am right now. Well, goody gumdrop. This means our power projection is going to stay nice and high for the foreseeable future. I just need to get rid of these gosh dang coalitions. We can enact our next government reform at least. That's good. So, what do we have here? Strengthen the noble privileges for manpower, probably not. Curtail them for taxes. Good if you want to reduce their influence, which isn't bad. Let's see. Fort maintenance, no, don't care about that. Compromise, stability, and yearly legitimacy is not terrible. Ministerials, promotion, advisors are cheaper. Favor growth modifier, and nobility max privileges? It's okay. Or we can go for the noble officer corps with the yearly tradition. Also, a way of spending power to basically force increased loyalty with the nobility. I mean, this is probably the best. The army tradition's really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the Noble Officer Corps. Now, one thing that does slightly disturb me is that Bohemia appears to have only 3,000 men and only 5,000 manpower. Like, my vassals are doing absolutely nothing, which does suck, but oh well. The good news is Bohemia is annexing Opole. So, these guys are gonna go away, and as we start getting more of this territory properly consolidated within Bohemia, Then I'm going to get the mission that I need to go ahead and fight Poland. Poland, who is strong with Lithuania, but not insurmountably so. We have enough power behind us at this point, we could absolutely win a war against them. I can add a little bit of territory into the HRE, which I guess I could do, sure. Doesn't really do much for me, mind you, but that's fine. We're really close to being able to pass this first reform. I'm hoping this is going to time out, where I will be able to grab this, and then the Burgundian inheritance thing here fires. Then I don't lose the Imperial authority. Because the thing is, once you get up to 50, as long as enough princes are supporting this, you're good. Go ahead and click the button. If you buy this and you have more than 50, you lose everything. It always resets down to 0. So being over 50 Imperial authority is never ideal. It's okay in the sense that more Imperial authority tends to get more princes on your side, so the higher it gets, the more you'll eventually be able to get these reforms, but I don't see any reason to wait on that. Okay, Burgundian inheritance, and that just fired. Okay, we're done with that, then okay, fine. I want to click on this. However, there are too many princes who are against this. Dang it. And if I'm honest, the reason that this is a problem is because I'm overextended. Being overextended always makes the princes less likely to support your reform. So as soon as those things finish coring, we'll be fine. France now has the opportunity to attack us if they want to. But I don't think they're gonna. I think they know that we are way stronger than they are. They don't have anywhere near enough allies to actually beat me. And they're also kind of currently already in the middle of their own problem. Styria gains a core on Graz. Really? Okay. Fun fact, you fired on top of some mercenaries who have full morale, even if the rest of my troops don't. And I don't care if they lose their manpower pool, so ha 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 ha. Genoa leaves the coalition, that's good. I'm hoping we're gonna see more people start to leave. Honestly, if I reload the game right now, it'll probably reset, because there really shouldn't be much going on anymore. Morale of armies, this guy's fine, I'll go ahead and take that. All right, so I think this is a good place for us to be ending up this video. So we've got Austria, Bohemia, Opole, Glasgow, Hungary. We've got Croatian fully annexed. We took a bunch of territory down here, including a important gold mine. Serbia has been force converted. Wallachia is gone. Actually, now that I think about it, one thing we probably could be doing is include subjects and see if there's anyone we can convert. No one's sensible. This is all going to take way too long. The Hussites. Ah, right, of course. We did get Burgundy, so that's all taken care of. The only thing that's really luck dependent now is if something happens with Milan and they switch over to an Ambrosian Republic, but I don't see any evidence that's going to happen. So, okay, we're in a really, really, really good spot. Coalition's manageable. We just have to sit back and wait for a little bit and either beat up France. No, we're waiting for this first reform. Then we can go ahead and start beating up a bunch of people and try to force all the territory back into the Empire, which means I'll stack up even faster, which means I can get more princes, which means blah, blah, blah. It's all going to be good. So we're in a really good spot so far. Thank you all very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If so, then I would ask you to hit that like button, leave a comment, subscribe, make sure you hit that notify bell, and I will see you guys next time.